Boom, welcome back to the channel. I'm Hank Strange. This is Stranger Palooza, and today we're gonna do a full walkthrough of the E-Transit. Lola's driving. I just posted a video where I let Lola drive and it seems like I had control issues, which I do. So you know what? We're gonna let Lola drive today so I can get used to it. Now, we're gonna do a full walkthrough of this E-Transit 2022 Ford E-Transit. This is a 350 HD high roof extended, so 148 extended, the biggest one that you could get, same size as our Coachman Beyond. I'm going to do a full walkthrough of it, but first we need to take this and get it washed. So that's probably the best thing to do before we get into this full walkthrough and talk to you guys about why we bought this van, how we intend to use it, all of that kind of good stuff. Let's get into it right now. As you guys might have already heard, Lola and myself are brand ambassadors for Sunshine State RV. And as Vanosaurs, I want to take this moment to encourage anyone who is in the market for a Class B van to start their journey with SSRV.
Sunshine State RVs specializes in selling Class B vans and B+ RVs. That is the reason why they are the #1 dealer in all of the state of Florida.
Number 3 in the whole United States.
SSRV will fly you right to their location in Gainesville, Florida. They'll give you a very detailed and thorough walkthrough of your van, and they'll give you a 2-night stay at a local campground so you can get used to your van. If you don't like that, you can actually have hands-free delivery anywhere in the United States of your RV.
We bought our Coachman Beyond from Sunshine State RV 2 years ago. And over the past 2 years, we've seen how they treat customers when it comes to warranty side. Their service team is great. Whether you bought it from them or not, every person that comes in there gets the same service and care when it comes to warranty repairs. The same service, attention, and care. And their team does a great job getting you back on the road safely.
So if you guys are in the market for a B or B+ van, consider Sunshine State RV. We've got a link in the description that you guys can use to see their current inventory and have someone get in touch with you. Are you mad because you got to drive the van? Is that what your thing is? Took you a while to figure it out, right? You
Yes,
didn't want to ask me.
I like how you just throw me into it. When you had to drive it, I helped you. I helped you figure it out.
Figure out what?
I did. I was here. I told you where the press button was and everything.
Oh, okay.
Okay? But
so, okay.
when it's me, you just like, go drive it.
You got this.
Yes, I got this.
You got this, woman.
Figured it out all by myself.
All right.
Over
Let's
the years,
go.
what people don't know is that with you, I have had to learn how to drive lots of vehicles. So.
You're welcome.
I guess.
You're welcome. All right.
Let's do this.
Let's go. All right. So. Oh yeah. It's always a party over here. Anyway, we're gonna go wash this up. Let's kick this off with why we bought this while Lola is driving here so expertly, and I feel so safe and comfortable in your life. I am scared. I'm just saying that. Well, what's the purpose of this? If you didn't see the first video we did on it, we recently bought this. It's a 2022. There are 2023s out there. We bought it from Sarasota Ford. This was actually the demo for that dealership. So this has actually more features and comes better equipped than the 2023. It's a little bit cheaper, and then especially when you include all the upgrades on it. So we'll go through all of that here. But we got it like last Sunday, I think, last weekend. And the purpose of it really is to be my daily driver every day now. Typically when I'm home, I'm just going from where we live about 35 miles outside of Gainesville. I'm just going in and out of Gainesville or in this area. So it's basically going to be my daily driver. A little bit of a production van, so I should be able to bring equipment and things like that typically I go very lightweight, but if I need to do something, I should be able to do it with this. And I would like to have the ability in the van to sit down and edit as well. Also, I'd like to make it into sort of a weekender camper van. I don't think it's really going to be a camper van for a couple of reasons. So one, I don't want to cut any holes in it, so I don't want to cut holes in the roof or drill holes or any of that stuff. I want to be able to trade this later on if we don't like it, if it doesn't work out, if we decide to do something else, I don't want to devalue it by trying to make it into a camper van. I think a weekender is better. Maybe we can figure out a way to put a bed in there and some of the necessities, not really plumbing or anything like that. Lots of folks do that with these vans, so I would like to do that myself. Yeah, I think this will be a good way for us to see, is electric really the future for camper vans? Obviously the range on this is very low. In normal mode, this is 122 miles fully charged, so that's not really going to lend itself to doing a lot of big trips, but we would like to do some trips, maybe just starting locally here and then working our way out and seeing how that really is. I could tell you guys that coming back from Sarasota, which is a little bit, it's probably around like 200 miles from where we're at, that took us 3 charges in order to get home. The last charge I don't think we really had to do, but we did it just as a safety, you know, just in case we got stuck in traffic or something like that. And then obviously when you get home, you could plug in and charge. So that's the purpose. I'd like to make this my everyday vehicle, kind of a, you know, a work truck in terms of doing videos, carrying equipment and stuff like that, that I do maybe some other things. We'll share all of that with you guys. So let's get this car wash and then let's actually do the walk around and show you guys the features of this. So how's it driving, Lola?
Drives really nice. Drives really nice. It's really like easy. The steering is easy. The turns are like, you can make really tight, smooth turns with it. It's lightweight, so it doesn't feel like
It's quiet.
It's quiet. Like I'm not doing a lot of work to get it moving. It's
There's not a lot of wind noise in here either.
No, it's smooth on the bumps.
So
Too. You know, earlier you were talking about why you wanted to get this van, and I would say I would add to that initially when you proposed getting the E-Transit van, you know, it wasn't shocking to me because you've been watching the electric, you know, camper van for quite some time. And last year when we went to the Tampa show and Thor, we did the Thor video where they show their Ford Transit electric van, and they even had the self-parking trailer, right?
That was the Airstream that was self-parking.
It was Airstream. Oh, because that was Airstream.
Yeah, and then Thor, which is the same under the same umbrella,
right?
Had the Transit. Yeah,
okay,
it was electric and it had some kind of extender.
Right, that was pretty cool.
We won't be seeing extenders, but yeah.
Yeah, lots of things have changed. And then Winnebago had the ERV1
this year.
It was the one last year. Yeah, they had it last year.
And then this year they had the 2.
They had the 2, which had like a more upgraded interior. Same range though. Hadn't gotten better on the range, but much improved, more camper van appointed interior. So, you know, for me, this is an opportunity to experience what we can do and get the opportunity to see, you know, where is like the future of the electric camper van. You know, is it really something that's going to be foreseeable in the near future? So I'm excited about this. You know, obviously this is not a full camper van build, but I think that in the things that we can get up to, we'll at least get the opportunity to experience it, see what kind of range we really need. I think there's lots of obstacles in terms of range and the charging network.
All right, guys, so we are back home. It's relatively clean. I'm not going to say it's super clean. Not easy, and I'm not going to use a car wash brush on it. So what we're going to do now is just walk around the outside, then go on the inside, show you guys how this comes, how this particular one is equipped. I think I've said it several times now. It is a 2022 All right, 350 HD, so it's the high roof, and it's the 148 extended wheelbase. So pretty much this is as long as our Coachman Beyond.
Right.
So that's like the biggest transit van you can get. There's some upgrades on it. I'm gonna let Lola take over the camera work. We'll start up front, Lola. To me, it obviously is an upgrade. So this is one of the upgrades on this. This was the demo model. So it seems like this had like all the upgrades you can get on it, pretty much. So headlights, HID headlights here. These are better. I don't think that Ford has necessarily the best lights out there. Our Audi that's behind you, Lola, has laser lights, so that's awesome. But you know, this is an upgrade. The lights get worse than this, so this looks good. It is an upgrade. Up front here, the only thing that is really going to tell you that you're looking at an electric version of the Transit van are these like blue lines going across the grill here. This is pretty much like, at least up here, it's a fake grill. There is a radiator actually behind there. And so these lines tell you that it's electric, and then right up here, up front, this is where you plug in to charge. You know, it's kind of got this, I don't know what to call it. I'll call it a flower. So these are the lights here that you can, you know, put these on, and I guess it tells you like how much it's charged up when you plug it in, you charge it. This is your regular, and then that's for your CCS. So, you know, fast charging, you would need both of these. And then for regular charging, you're going to do it home, whether you're using 110 or the, what is it? I think it's I want to say it's a 240 plug that you can use, which will get you, the 110 is going to take from 0, it's going to take a couple of days to charge it up. But the bigger, the 240 plug, I believe, does it in about like 10 hours or so. So there you go. So that's the front. Lots of sensors on this, all the sensors on it. Oh, by the way, the color, Oxford white. That's what we're looking at there, Oxford white. I'll use my phone to remind me, but blind spot assist on the mirrors, Lola. You can see that, you know, lights up yellow if you've got something on either side. They don't all have that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right here, these light up yellow. So now I'm just going to open this. So by the way, a cool thing with, not all the transit vans are like this, and neither are all of the electric transit vans. These keys, so we've got the keys here, so it's like keyless entry, push to start, and with the key you can lock the door. So I just locked it. You can open it, just opened it, and that's actually pretty cool that you could do that. So traditionally in the transit van, you would have your gas here. This is where the gas goes in. This does not open. The way you're going to charge it up is up front. So just to show you guys that. And by the way, that unlock works on even the back. So let's go around to the back. There's nothing. You know, this is just like a cargo van, panel van kind of thing going on. We've got regular wheels on it right now. This is the big extension. So typically you'll see about like here, but this one's extended all the way out here. So the hinges, the doors hinge all the way here. So you can just put your hand, open it. No windows on this van at all, except for your driver, passenger, and of course the windshield. Now you can unlock these doors like you can on a regular transit van. Some of them, the shorter ones, don't let you hinge it all the way like this and magnetize it because it's short. So like on the other side, if you did that, what would happen is the door, right, that sliding door would come back here and it would get in the way. But this is cool to have. Yeah, big opening, and you can magnetize everything. That's typical on the transit vans. It's good to see it here, but I know not every transit van has it. So one of the things I would say, if you get the shorter one, the spare tire is not in the back, it's up front in the shorter one, because there's not enough room back here with the batteries and motor and everything like that. But on this longer one, your tire's right here. Indication of that, see right here is your, that's your nut that releases that tire.
So in the shorter one, there's not enough room in the back.
It's up front, yeah.
So your spare tire's up front.
Yeah, on this one, if you look down here, you'll see the spare tire. So I can roll it in. I already got some B-roll of it, but the spare tire is right under there. And then behind that spare tire is actually the motor. It's hanging a little bit low. This is not lifted or anything like that, but I feel like it's a little low. You know, if you're I don't think this is meant for going off-road or anything like that, but you don't want to go over a rock or something. You'll mess up that motor, I think. You want to be careful. And the batteries are in front of that motor, so this is a 68 kilowatt battery in here. And if you guys are wondering, the range, fully charged, so 100% driving normal mode, it's about 122 miles. And that's what I've seen without packing this up with a bunch of weight. I think this could take over 3,000 pounds. We haven't put any weight in it yet, but we'll see. It's not really supposed to change that much.
So you've seen 122 normal mode, but they say 126 eco mode.
I think it depends on the modes. You could put in there's normal and there's eco, and then when you're driving, I was showing you when you were driving, there's an L button on that transmission knob. There's not really a transmission here, right? Because it's electric, but on that knob, that L button gives you more like one pedal steering or regenerative braking kind of a thing. That's going to help you, I think, if you're in the city, and maybe you'll get a little bit more out of it. We really would have to test it, Lola, and find out. Right now, I've been pretty much just driving it in normal mode and sometimes putting it in that L mode, and we're getting about 122. Okay. Yes. So there's some grab handles to climb up in here. And if you'll notice on the left here, this is actually a button for the lights. So those are LED lights up in the thing, so you can shut them off. See, I just turned them off, and they're dimming down. If you look up there, I'll press the button, turn them on again, and then I'll turn them off again. So that's cool to have this button back here to put those on, take them off. That's right here. And there's another one up front. And then over here is the power pack. Not every transit or even electric transit has the power pack. So that's another upgrade that Lola and myself that we wanted in here, because if we're going to use this as a weekender, or if this is a work truck that work van, excuse me, where I'm going to be editing and doing different things in here when I'm out and on the road, we definitely need power. So this has two 120 20 amp volts right here, and it's got a 12 volt. I'm assuming this might be the fuse, or actually looks like it's power. It's a power button for it, and there's a 12 volt you can plug in here.
Right. So this Pro Power would be great for, say, if we were to try to go out weekend camping. We could plug some things in here. Like
you could plug
kettle, heat up some water.
Yeah, whatever you want. You could put, you can plug stuff in here, and it all runs off the battery. Like I said, it's a 68 kilowatt, so 68,000 watt hours on that battery. You can run a lot of stuff. Okay. And actually, you can program the van to let you run that down to whatever number of miles you set it to. So you could say, hey, run this all the way down to 0, or run it down to 10 miles range, or 20. I think I have it set on 40 right now. Okay. I'll show you guys that when we go up front. But yeah, that's very useful, right? One of the things, I think I was saying this here, you have already a big battery. So even Lola and I were thinking, oh, maybe we'll get a battery and put it in here, and we may get a battery and do that. And that might be helpful, because it's going to save from using the battery for the range. The thing you have to think about, this is a big battery, so you're really not going to run it down running stuff here. It's meant to run power tools and all that. It might be helpful to get one just in case you need a couple of extra miles. And I think from my calculations, if you had, let's say you had like a 2,500 watt hour battery, and you try to charge this up, you'd be lucky if you got, I don't know, 5 miles out of that. We could test that. And we can see how much miles you can add to your battery. So really, the battery that's already there is big. That's the point I'm making to you guys. And very useful to use if you were charging up stuff or plugging up computers or whatever it is. Even if you had like an AC or anything back here you wanted to use, you've got more than enough power for that. And of course, you can just always go to a charging point and charge it back up.
I'm sure the battery that's in here is big enough, because to do that test is an expensive test.
Yeah,
to buy that battery just to test it.
Right. I mean, and I think I was saying this before. If not, I'll say it again. The reason why they didn't put a bigger battery to give you maybe like 200 miles is because those things are expensive.
Expensive, and they'll add more weight.
Yeah, the battery always the most expensive thing on an electric car, and then after that comes like motors and everything. This has one motor. Mm-hmm. It's in the rear. This is rear wheel drive. Our Coachman Beyond that you guys have seen is a all-wheel drive. This should be, there we go. Now it opens. All right. And with this, you can slide this all the way back. Doesn't interrupt anything there. So another thing I thought was cool with this is has a bulkhead. That's what this is right here. Has a bulkhead with a closing door that you can lock. And that's kind of cool. If you're not using this, if you don't want to air condition everything back here, right, you would have to figure out what to do with that. Well, if you have a bulkhead and you can close the door, you're just air conditioning the cab. That's going to save you some power, because the AC is what uses up power. So if you want to climb up in here, there's a grab handle here, Lola. There are D-rings on the floor. There's a couple of them throughout the van. There should be at least 6 of them in here. So there's one, here's another one, here's another one here. There's one in the back, so I'm seeing, yeah, actually there's 6. So 2, 4, 6 going back there. And then the bulkhead door closes. You can lock it somehow. Oh, with the key, you can lock it. So that, I think, is good for our purposes, that you can close all this up. And then when I look at people that have these vans, they like having a bulkhead, because if you have a bunch of equipment here and you get into an accident and stuff starts moving, you want something to stop that stuff from hitting you. So this is better than nothing.
Now, this bulkhead is not something that's standard.
No.
When we were at the dealership, they had originally showed us a 2023 model, which was just an empty shell. Walls,
all of that's upgrades.
Everything.
Yeah.
All of these are upgrades. So when we saw the 2022, this was a no-brainer, because all of this was already done, and this was great. This to me was like having a blackout curtain already built in. So this was perfect, and I think this was a great upgrade in the 2022, which is what made this one more appropriate for what we wanted to do.
Yes. They originally didn't want to sell it to us because it was a demo model, but we did convince them to sell it. And that's what we wanted. So the bulkhead was an upgrade, and I think it's great because we could close it off and just air condition over there. And then if we wanted to, if you can go back here, Lola.
And even when you close it off, you still have like this, a little bit of a see-through.
Yeah,
there.
what I was going to say, for our purposes of using this as a weekender, another thing that's going to come up is, if you're going to use this on the weekend, we're in Florida and it's hot. It's hot right now. And this isn't even like bad weather. It's actually not bad inside the van right now, right? So if we're going to use it on the weekend, you want to think, how are you going to cool down back here? So one of the options is the Onboard, right? It's got a battery. Maybe you can open this door. We probably could put a black, what are those things called? Like a black curtain?
The blackout curtain?
Blackout curtain, yeah. You could put one over here and keep this open and maybe have like a fan and run off the regular AC. It's not going to make that much noise, right? And you're using the batteries that already exist, and maybe have a fan or something that moves the air in here and cools it down. There is no separate onboard AC back here, so that's something that we're going to have to think about. Like Lola was saying, the panels inside of here also came with this van. So if you can imagine the 2023 and most of the other vans you look at just have this, it's just the van in what they call white. So, just nothing. So that's all back here, but this one was upgraded with these panels, which are actually, you can easily take them off, and I say that, but I have no nails. There you go. So you can take these things out and actually start removing all of these and get back there, which we're going to do here at some point.
This was also another great upgrade that they had already done, and this was done.
Some of the wiring's covered up by this,
And this was done at the factory, because Ford sent it to the dealership already done up like this. That's what That's what the salesperson Tristan said.
Came
to the dealership.
Yeah, if you're ordering your van, if you're ordering any van, like so either electric or non-electric transits, or if you're ordering a Sprinter or the ProMaster, you can get some of these things put in at the factory. And then there's also places called upfitters that'll upfit things and do stuff for you. So yes, because this was a demo, I think all of this was done at the factory. Basically, anyone who buys these is just really going to do it however they want for the business that they have. If they're plumbers, electricians, if they're doing HVAC, whatever it is. So another thing that this came with and is the flooring. This is like a soft vinyl flooring here. I don't know if it's really non-skid or whatever, but once again, the flooring otherwise would just be that white metal. This is mostly steel. It will just be that white metal under here. So this protects it, keeps it from getting scratched up. I think for the purposes of what we want to do, it is good to have this because one, it just looks good from the beginning. But if it was really hot out there, you would feel the heat. So I think the first thing we need to do, Lola, is put some kind of insulation in here.
To think about that.
Yeah, probably something reflective, and then maybe some rock wool or something. We need to do that in the walls and the ceiling. And I don't know how we're going to cover this up, if we're just going to leave it like that. But the point, as I've said many times in here, I don't want to cut holes in this. So I don't want to cut in holes to put an AC or, let's say, a max fan right now.
Yes,
because
definitely want to do things in here that's temporary.
what we want to do with this is, as Lola was saying, we want to see how this goes. How is it? You know, is it appropriate for van life? Is it appropriate for overlanding? That kind of a thing. And there's a couple things missing, not just the range. This is rear-wheel drive only. But I think as we go forward here, we might see 2 motors and then get all-wheel drive. And then you can lift them a little bit. And then if the batteries get bigger. So we just want to see, but we want to keep our options flexible and open. So we don't want to build this immediately.
Exactly.
We're not making an electric RV here. We just want to see how electric vans work. And if we can make like a quick, like a weekender.
Yeah, and how useful it really can be for camper van life. So
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything permanent. So
Right.
everything we want to do in this van, I want to make sure that it's something that's transitionary and temporary.
Yeah. So, for example, we did a video at the Tampa RV show. Winnebago has something I think is really cool.
Oh, the adventure van.
The Winnebago Adventure Wagon.
Wagon, yeah.
Because everything inside of it was from Adventure Wagon. Yeah, so inside that Adventure Wagon, you guys could go check out the video, but there were a bunch of L tracks all throughout, and it was obviously finished better than this. But the whole idea of it, with those L tracks, you can have a bed here, you can have chairs, you can have like refrigerator, whatever you need, right? Sinks. There's no plumbing, but you can use some Dometic things and have water pumps, etc. Right? Have a refrigerator, and you can lock it all down in L tracks, and you can use that as a weekender, go camping, etc. And then during the week when you're working, you can take all that stuff out easily, put it in your garage, and then have a work van.
Exactly.
So I thought that was cool. I know not everyone out there likes it, but I think it's cool. But we might steal some ideas.
Some ideas from that.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and put some L track ourselves. So if you guys, let me see, I can look. So all of these holes in here, I'm not sure exactly what size. I was looking at some videos. But you can, there's things, they're called riv nuts that you can actually put in here that will give you threaded points that you can attach things. And so that goes all through the van. And for example, right here, it's already threaded. So that point's threaded, that one's threaded.
See?
Yep.
Okay.
And then if you go back, that opening, threaded.
Yep, I can see.
And then there's one on the opposite side of that. Watch yourself. Right here is threaded.
Yeah, so Ford's already configured this.
There's a
to
few
make it
places.
easy.
Yeah, it's relatively easy to do those kinds of things.
And you know what? I'm sure the audience probably will leave us some comments and suggestions.
Yeah. Give us ideas. I've been looking at a ton of videos while I'm editing. And then harassing Lola at work about all my ideas.
Yes, you have been.
But we're gonna take all this down, put some riv nuts in, put some L track up, put up other things, because my idea for when I'm using this, so every day, because I'll be my driver, and I'm just going into town, into Gainesville, and do stuff, right? Making videos at Sunshine State RV, or just running around doing a bunch of other stuff. Got podcasts, all kinds of things. So, not everything. We're going to do a podcast for the van world that's coming out of our coachman. But I want this to be ready. I could throw equipment in there and go around. But I'm envisioning like a nice little table here, Lola. And I could sit down. So even if it's a regular office chair, I have a way of securing it so it's not moving when I'm driving. If we want to use it as a weekender, like a big bed over here.
Well,
maybe
we're definitely
like
gonna
fridge
use it.
units.
Definitely, I want to do something where there's a place to sit in here and some kind of transitional sleeping arrangement, because I really do want to get out there with it and see what it is like to try to camp in this as an electric camper van.
Yeah.
You know, every now and then. Our coachman is great, and we're going to do all the long distance overland expo shows and things like that.
This is not going to be easy
Coachman.
to go.
No, I am not trying to do...
If you go 100 miles, that's probably the easiest trip. But if you go 300 or 400 miles...
Because even the drive
trip,
from Sarasota back with this, which was about normally a 2.5 hour drive, and the coachman straight, we had to make 3 stops, and that's a bit much.
I think it's
don't
really,
want to
when we drove down there in the Model Y, it was about 3 hours. But yes.
So I don't want to do any long distance drives in this. But
We'll do some.
I do want to do some short
For the
trips with this.
YouTubes, Lola. For
Just,
the YouTubes.
just so we can camp out in this
Yes.
and just do the camper van, you know.
It's a lot of space. I
With
mean,
this,
look at
so.
this. Let me see.
No, it's the same space as we
Yeah,
have in the
yeah.
coachman. So.
It's a lot of space to mess around with.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think it's really cool.
Listen, a small table here, a little sleeping area here.
Yeah.
You know.
If I needed to, Lola, I can get a motorcycle and put it in this thing.
You can get a what?
A motorcycle.
A what?
You know, like
what?
a, you know, a Can-Am, like a 3-wheel reverse thing could
What?
fit in
What's
here.
that?
Okay.
A what? I never
You know
heard
what
of
I'm
it.
talking about, women. All right, so we've got about 75% battery right now. You all can see that right in there. See that? Let's see if we can get that to focus in. Okay, there you go. 75% battery, 85 miles. So far as running this, you've got your e-brake here, right? So you pull it to put it on, and you push it in to take it off. So here, I'll do it. So that's just came off, just came back on. I use that. I know there's people who don't use that, but I do. The AC is actually pretty powerful. You also have all your lights and everything up here. You know, it's got auto dimming brights and everything if you want that. You've got power, mirrors and everything. All that stuff is up here. So, and then you've got all your normal controls you would get in a Transit here at the steering wheel. All right, so you got a 12-volt plug right here. You've got USB-C here. That's all good stuff. So here you've got a USB-A, I'm guessing, the old school USB.
C.
No, this is A. This is the big one.
Oh,
See?
Okay.
This is for these.
Okay.
Yeah. So people think that that's what the B stand for. It's USB is Universal Serial Bus. And then you have different sizes, and that's what the other number. So this, I think, is an A, or the original USB size. And then obviously we've gone down to USB-C size. So you got that here. I'm not sure what this little hook is for. Maybe you can hook like another drink holder or something on here. And I don't know. This might be for the remote right here. Maybe you can put it in. I don't know. So you can have like your drink and your remote. I don't know. In there. Here's your knob, control knob. So we'll go in. You could put it in. Let's see. Let's turn it on. Oh, I just turned it off. All right. Here we go. Yeah, I think we're all the way. Hear that buzzing that happens when you first turn it on? That's interesting. So anyway, let's see. I'll show you guys this. So if you're going into your different drive modes, you can do it here. This would be reverse. Here's the 360 camera. The doors are open, so that's why we're getting all the alerts. See them right there? It's showing the door is open, which is cool. Right here, it's showing the door is open as well. This is what's behind us, and I think you can. Can't you zoom in? I think there was a way. Let me see. Can you zoom in on that? Oh, here we go. So that's full size. And that's coming out. So there you go. This might be the parking sensor. That's what that is. So that's telling you if you've got anything behind you. This is really cool. This helps a lot to me. Now, none of this stays on when you're in motion. It would be nice to have a 360 camera that's always on. We had to put that in our van. So now just going into the different drive modes in here. Let's see, let's put this back in park. Here's that L that I was telling you guys about. So if you want to drive, and especially I think if you're in the city and a lot of stop and go, that's where electrics work better. So that's where you would put that, which is whatever apps you have. So Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, other mobile apps. Let's go back here. And then there's features. So this is showing you the onboard power, departure and comfort. So you could set it for what days, what temperatures you want it to be here. Onboard Pro Power, right? And
This is where you turn on and off the rear outlets.
yeah, this is where you turn it on and off, and you can also set it. Drive modes. So normal, eco, and slippery are your modes that you get here. So if it's wet, it's snowing, I guess. Now let's see, what's the info? Yeah, that's to maximize driving range. That's your normal everyday. So let's say we're going to
Sarasota Ford.
Sunshine State.
It's given.
Oh, I didn't see RVs. Okay, so let's do that.
I don't think it's going to get it to you. You have enough range.
Yeah, I would like to, you know, there should be a thing here. Oh, here we go, here we go. So right here, see this? Right there. So it's telling you the range when you get to the destination, but I think when you press on that, it's going to tell you the chargers that are around, right? So in that area, here's your chargers at all these different places. I don't think you can necessarily use all of these. Like some of these dealerships, you probably had to have bought something from them, you know, in order to use it there. But and then some of the dealerships, you can go there. Like if they have this one's Charge Point, I think you can go there and use those and pay and charge up. Now, like I know I saw the Audi Gainesville there. That one is for owners, but you know, I go there since I own an Audi and charge up if I had to. So anyway, there you go. So let's go to settings in here. So you've got like connectivity. I think you can have Wi-Fi in this. So you actually have your own Wi-Fi that you can do. I haven't done any of that yet. Here's the vehicle settings, rear view camera. You could do a delay if you want. Brake assist is on. Let's see, navigation, general, and there's a bunch of different set. It's not like a lot of. It's not super complicated like other vehicles I've seen. So, you know, I don't think there's not a lot here to really show, to be honest with you guys. So yeah. Anyway, there you go.
I think the next thing to show is going to be the blue oval when we actually go to charge someplace.
Yeah.
To share that.
Yeah.
To share that experience.
That'll be
like
that'll be in another video.
Charge,
yeah, we'll go out there. We'll do some adventures. I think this is pretty much it for this video. Did we miss out on anything?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, there's
it's not super complicated. There's not a bunch of stuff
here. There's not a mirror
here.
in the visor, though. I will complain about that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to buy one, Lola.
There's no visor mirror.
No. So all you get is that, and then here you get the lights. So if I hit these lights, you'll see the lights go off back here.
I guess people that are driving commercial vehicles don't need to look at themselves.
Oh, it's not going off there. Maybe because the door is open and we have it on and all that. So yeah, you don't really have like a ton of options on this. There's no rear view mirror. I think we should definitely.
Yeah, no rear view mirror.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for like a wireless. I would like to have a rear view mirror on this, like all the time. It's
like, what would be the point? Because you've got no back.
Yeah, if this thing is closed, but yeah, there's no back windows. But I think it's cool to have a rear view mirror.
Well, nowadays you can have something that's.
I want to see what's happening.
You can have a Wi-Fi mirror, right?
I mean, I guess at any point you can hit these buttons that are here. What is this one? Oh, that's if you want to go to parking. That takes you to your cameras.
But that's your front.
This puts your max AC on, I guess. Puts you in super strong AC mode. And then what's this one? I guess that. No. It's got like a snow thing on it and a leaf. That might be a power saving mode. But yeah, so there's not a lot of buttons to mess with, really.
No.
If you think about it. You know, there is a glove box there.
Yeah, but when I got in here and I was reverse parking for the first time when I drove this, I looked up here and I was like, oh,
right,
that's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah,
don't look up there.
There's nothing to look. There's nothing to look.
Don't look up there. Oh, and this just did it because it wasn't doing it before. So we may have to take this to the dealership. This is bluing out sometimes. So, which I don't know why it wasn't doing it before. So I don't think it's because we have the door open.
No, but it's done it before.
Yeah, it's done it before. So that's a complaint that I would say if we've seen any issues so far.
That would be the issue we've seen so far. Is that sometimes the camera goes blue
in the back.
It
blues out that area, and it's not because the doors are open. So anyway, listen, I think we pretty much covered a lot of things. I'm gonna shut this off. We'll go up front. We'll wrap this video up. Before we wrap up this video, Lola, and Lola's not happy with me, but I gotta upgrade it. So the Stubby, we put this on the Beyond, on our Coachman Beyond Morgan. Look at, I'm not a fan of these antennas. So this must go. The antenna must go. This is not an electric car friendly antenna, Lola. You know how many miles will you lose? Well, I don't know. Probably not losing any kind of miles.
To be
honest with you.
Yes, to be honest.
We gotta go. We gotta go with the Stubby though, Lola. still, the Stubby's going to look way better. You never know. This might give us an extra couple of miles. Or a half a mile or something. There we go. Stubby. And you can get these from Amazon, and we'll have it in the... Look at that. That looks so much better, Lola.
So
Come
much
on.
better.
That is way, 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 way better.
Way better.
And I'm going to plug it in because we were driving. So with this,
And yes, I'll put the link in the description. Actually, it's in our Amazon shop, so I'll put a link to the Amazon shop.
My personal opinion on this, especially if you're charging like this 110 here, or even if you're doing the 240, honestly, my personal opinion, good idea to just charge this thing up every day.
Well, we need
You know,
to charge
you drive
it,
you charge it up, you get more miles.
You have to. It's only 122 miles.
Yeah, so we have a plug out here. I'll plug it in. This is the 110. We don't have our 240 yet. Since this was the demo, it wasn't right there. And I forgot to ask before we left, but this is, you know, right in front of our house. So you pop this open, you'll take this out, and you'll put this in here, right? And plug it in, it clicks, and then the little flower thing here is showing you that, so every one of these little sections is about 20% of the battery. So we are somewhere around 70 something. See, it's flashing. And when that's solid, then you're definitely at 70.
So
I guess at 80%.
So basically, you've got 1, 2, 3. So you 1, 2, 3, blue solid.
So that'll be 60,
so
and then when this is solid, it'll be 80, and then when this one here, it'll be 100%. 100% charge.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's going by percentages, and it's like 5 of them.
Yeah,
right?
That's all.
It's like 5 pedals if you want to look at it that way. So you plug it in. That'll take a while. I could tell you guys right now. It'll say in here.
How long? To full?
If you come in and turn it on, it says. Hold on. It says 100% at 2:40 p.m. Hold on. All the things that come on. It'll be 100% at 2:40 p.m. Sunday.
Okay.
So.
And what time is it now?
It is 4:04 on Saturday. So that's how long that's going to take. Another thing that I do like, and I should mention this here, the app. So I'm going to open up the app. Really cool app that you get that you can see all your stuff and control it. That I don't think is really accurate. Oh, it's like 74%. Yeah, 84 miles. So that's probably the latest thing. You can open your door, close your door, all that stuff with this app. You can see more info on the vehicle, like the charging.
And that's the FordPass app?
Yes.
And this is the same app for the Coachman Beyond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's for the regular Transit and the e-Transit, except with e-Transit you get charging stuff on the app.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So the app I think is a cool thing to have, and it's saying right there, charging estimated finish time 2:40 Sunday. It's on there. So you had enough making videos for today.
Otherwise they'll just keep talking.
What are you trying to say about me? That I like to talk a lot?
That you'll just keep talking.
Yeah, this is true.
All right.
I can't deny this, woman.
All right. So
I cannot deny that I'm a blabbermouth.
All right. So listen, we've done the walkthrough.
Yeah, we've done the walkthrough, shown it all around.
Yep.
We've shown Lola driving it. How was it?
It was great.
It was great. Easy, right? Easy to drive.
Yeah, it was easy to drive. It was comfortable.
Yeah. We're gonna start modifying it a little bit without cutting anything.
Slowly.
Yep.
And without cutting anything.
And we'll go on some trips. We'll start off with like 300, 400 miles.
Like 100 miles to 200 miles.
Oh, no.
And
that's easy.
Once the cable comes from the dealership, once they ship that out to us, we'll probably try to do some public charging with it, right?
Well, no. We don't need a cable to public charge.
Oh,
but we do.
That's for fast charging here at home.
Yeah, we could take this cable and plug into someone's house and get 110.
Okay.
But if we want to plug into like someone's dryer or 30 amp, we do need the cable and then adapters.
Okay.
Which I already ordered adapters.
Okay.
But yes, if you have all those cables, you take them with you, and you don't have to just charge at the public charging. But public charging has their own cables.
Gotcha.
On the public charging stations or dispensers or whatever you call them.
Okay, so then next we actually do need to do a longer trip. So
we do.
can share with you guys and see how easy it is for us to actually get this charged.
Yeah, we got to do some trips.
Road.
That's what people want to know, Lola.
All right, so stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll get an inflatable bed, put it back there, a little porta potty.
Yes.
You know.
All right.
You'll be fine. You'll survive.
In the next video, we're going to go on a trip and we'll share it with you guys. And if you missed the video of us actually going down to Sarasota to buy
Lola wasn't happy.
It'll be on the channel.
Yes.
So I will put a link to that video in this video description if you missed that one.
Absolutely. Let us know what you guys think about this. Do you like electric, not like it? You think this is a crazy idea? Or do you have things you'd like to see us do? You want to know more info?
Suggestions for how to do things or fix this up where it's easy to take in and out.
Yep.
You know, things are temporary. Let us know.
Absolutely. All right, we're out of here. You know how to end it, Lola. I'll let you do it.
So the next one.
And
see ya.
Come on, put some oomph. Put some oomph on it. Go ahead. Put some oomph on it.
There you go.
Okay, I'll take that.